Hello, today I will be going over the learning objective that is to define negative transfer and relate it to motor skill learning situations. So to begin, negative transfer takes place when previous experiences hinders or interferes with the learning of a new skill or the performance of a skill. So a good example of this is when an individual is playing badminton and they initially learned how to conduct a forehand in tennis. So when they're going to play badminton, they're trying to use those skills that they learned in tennis to play badminton. So with this, the individual is experiencing some initial negative transfers for learning the mechanism or the mechanics of the stroke. So instead of incorporating a wrist snap for the forehand, they are using a firm wrist similar to what they would be using in a tennis forehand stroke. Additionally, it is important to note that when environmental context characteristics of two performance situations are similar, but the movement characteristics are different, it can cause negative transfer effects to occur. And when two situations involve a change in the timing structure of the movement, it is more susceptible to negative transfer effects. And it is important to note that negative transfer effects are temporary and they influence skill learning only in the early stages of learning. So negative transfer effects are more temporary, they're not permanent. So depending on how much practice you put into it, the more that the negative transfer effects are going to decrease. So furthermore, there are three likely reasons why negative transfer occurs, and they can be due to memory representation, cognitive confusion, and it also comes from the dynamical systems perspective. And finally, as I mentioned earlier, it is important to note that negative transfer can be overcome with practice. So the more you practice, the more easier it will be to decrease the effects of negative transfer.